The Evil Eye is the last Welcome to the Blumhouse film of the year. There were three other films in this series that came out. Now, this is not connected in any way. This is an anthology film series from Blumhouse that is released on Amazon Prime. The first two being The Lie and Black Box, which I really enjoyed. And then this week we got Nocturne and Evil Eye. Now, I absolutely loved Nocturne, and I gave that movie all the praise in the world, so I'm sure you've already seen that review. And I was hoping, hey, we're going to make it 4 for 4 here. I really enjoyed the first two, loved the third, and here we are with the fourth. Can they go 4 for 4? This is a weird one. This is a very odd review. I have these every once in a while where I feel like I'm not the proper person to discuss the film. What do I mean by that? I mean that I don't feel I'm the target demographic of this movie. But that all being said, this was presented to the wrong audience. This should not have been a Blumhouse, Amazon horror movie thing. This isn't the right place for this film. And I feel like this film has an audience. Absolutely. It's just not this audience. A lot of people who are going to be watching this, they're coming to the Welcome to the Blumhouse thing. They're expecting a very straightforward, Americanized horror movie. And this is more of a cultural, dramatic thriller that I feel like you'll have to... Now, I don't want to say have to, but I think you'll enjoy it a lot more if you have certain beliefs. That's all I can say. This is an Indian film. Now it's set mostly in America. It is kind of goes back and forth. But the main storyline's in America, but it is... So what it's about is there's this young, gorgeous woman. Guys, seriously, I don't know what's up with Indian women lately, but it's becoming my thing. Between this girl and this, who is just remarkably gorgeous, the girl who plays Jasmine in the Aladdin remake or readaptation, or whatever the hell you want to call it, the live action version, and then the woman in Sense8 that I just recently watched. Jesus Christ, man. Their women are just unfucking believably gorgeous. Anyways, so we got this beautiful woman here, and she's still single at 29. I don't know how the fuck that's possible. But her mom is on her ass. Now, I know some bit about Indian culture or Hindi or whatever you want to call it. Some, very little, just from what I've seen in the movies and some interactions I've had with clients who are. And that's part of their culture. The mom's constantly pushing, the family a lot of times, but mom's always pushing the daughter to get married. Oh, you gotta be with someone, you gotta find a mate as quick as possible, this and that. So this is all familiar territory for me. And so she keeps trying to set her up on all these dates. The daughter is becoming almost resentful of the mom because she's pushing so hard. And so they're starting to have kind of a divide between them. But then the daughter finds this wonderful man. He's rich, he's handsome, he's everything the mom would want. Or is it? So now the mom has a very strong belief in astrology, and she had a very abusive relationship when she was young, and she becomes convinced that this guy is no good. And so she then, of course, tries to push her daughter away, and her daughter and her have this back and forth. You wanted me to be with someone, so on and so forth. I don't want to get too much more into it, but that's the general gist of it. Now, I was actually very interested in this film throughout, and I was hoping it was going to go a certain way. Now, my desire wasn't met, which was a bummer for me, and it actually did hurt the film overall and made me end up not really enjoying it because of the end result, because I thought it could have been better had it went in a different direction. That being said, I think for the target audience, the, people who have beliefs like this, people who are from this culture, I think this will land. I think this will work. So for that group, who I think this is catered to specifically, the film works. But it's not for this crowd. It feels like a Lifetime movie in a way. And that's not a good ingredient for what people are looking for on in this show. So I don't know. I just don't see the audience watching it liking it much, but I do think that people will come across it eventually who this is for, and I think they'll enjoy the shit out of it. So it's just, yeah, but I do, as I said, I was totally invested up until about the hour point because I thought, oh, I think I know where this is heading. And then I had my suspicions because of the kind of film that it was and the kind of audience that I figured it was going for. And I was like, yeah, it's probably going to go this way, which I'm not going to like. And it did go that way, and it bummed me out because I think it could have been so much better for me had it went in a completely different direction, the way that I would have expected it to, and the way I would have wanted it to. But that was more of the Americanized version of it. This is more of the Hindi version of it, I suppose. And I'm not a fan of it because it just doesn't work for me personally. It doesn't fit my beliefs. It doesn't, and it's not like I have to believe it. It was just like I didn't like where it headed. I just didn't. I thought it was silly and forced, and it just could have been so much better. So, yeah, this is a down vote for me. This one didn't work for me, but yeah, 2/3 of it did. And then I kind of filled in the ending I wanted. So is that fair to the movie? I don't know if it's fair, but I can only give you my honest opinion at the end. And the end was that I didn't like the overall whole of it. But the acting is very, mostly very good. I did like the characters. I did like the back and forth. I did like the crazed mom, and the daughter. And looking at the daughter, I could watch the fucking daughter do anything for hours. I've seen her before. This isn't an actress I haven't seen before. It's just in this one, she really does herself up, and she does her hair, and she puts these, really great outfits on, and she's stunning. So that definitely helped with the film, but I was invested, and then I just lost investment. So 3 of 4 ain't bad, and especially seeing as how one of them, Nocturne, is one of my favorite films of the year. I'm very pleased with Welcome to the Blumhouse this year, and I very much look forward to seeing what they're bringing next year. If we can get 3 more films, 2 that I really like and 1 I love next year, and then 1 I'm kind of was into but then lost it, I'm fine with that math. That works for me, man. So if Blumhouse can pull that off in the next 4, awesome. I was very pleased with this series. Definitely much better than Into the Dark. No doubt about it for me. But yeah, so I'll be curious on what you guys think, and if the audience that this is going for ever finds it. We'll see. Adios.